Hi, I'm Stephen Ham from Archery Supplies, and this is the 2025 PSE Decree. Now, first off, when the name Decree comes out, I first think of a bow I used to shoot. And what it was a fairly aggressive hunting bow. Now, I used it for target archery, and with, I'm going to say limited success. The bow would shoot great, but when I didn't shoot well, it was very harsh on me because it was more aggressive. It had a shorter brace height, 6.5 inches on this one, and the cams were more aggressive, so it shot about 345 feet per second. So it wasn't the fast full throttle, and it wasn't the slower target bow, it was in the middle. So when PSE came out with the decree, my motor mechanic said to me, he said, I want that bow because I love my decree. The decree was a name in PSE that people will remember as a really cool, fast hunting bow. So PSE has released the name again. Now PSE have done this on recent years with the Citation, Evolves, and probably NXT is going to come out again. The Drive came and went, and well, the Drive's back now, but they're bringing back names, right? So when they brought out this bow, I was like, well, is it their decree? Did they bring it out faster? How does this bow vary from the Evolve 30 and the Evolve 33? That was my question to myself, so I went to look up the questions. So before we do that, I just want to talk a bit about this bow and then give you my views of it. So this just came in. One bow came in, right? So I don't understand. I don't understand that. That's my first point. So I used to get big shipments of PSEs in, and now they're shipping like one bow, and then next day there'll be one bow, and I'm like, what is going on here? This is crazy. But anyway, I really like this color combination. This looks hot. It's I think this is a Sitka camo with the brown. I think this looks amazing. It's just an amazing looking bow. I think it's one of the better looking bows in the business, right? It's got a roller cable guard, which is good. Stops the cables moving backwards and forwards, right? PSE in the past didn't have this. The old decree had a moving cable slide. The reason why PSE said they had a moving cable slide was to reduce the torque on this wheel. Now they've got the roller cable slide. This stops the movement backwards and forwards, so it'll make the bow a little bit quieter, less vibration. PSE still have the yoke system here, which you can tune, but basically the way you're going to tune this bow is by moving this wheel left and right. They've got these little lugs here. You use a special tool, they unclip, and you clip in the ones you want to move the wheel left to right. Okay, you need a bow press to do that because these are just like spacers. They clip out and they clip in. They're really easy to do, like really simple, but you do need a bow press to replace these and then slide the wheels backwards and forwards, right? And you do that while there's no pressure on, when I say no pressure, when there's no pressure on this cam, okay? Metal in pockets. They've got the Piccadilly mount on the front here. I've said before, the problem with this is it's not flat on the east side here. So if you're going to fit a sight on the side, you need to take this off. I think this should be flat on this side and sticking out a little bit on this side, but it's my view. Two little holes here to bolt your arrow rest on. That's good. You can fit the other system of arrow rest in up here, the QADs and stuff, which slide in. That's good. Two-piece bow quiver fits onto here and onto there. It's a nice quiver. Like it's a nice hunting rig. It really is. I'm going to rip off the stats on this bow. So 25 to 30.5 inches in draw length. They're adjustable in half inches. You can adjust the lead off by moving this forward. This is all standard, right? So if you've got a PSE, these are the same cams PSE have been using forever. Pretty much unchanged. Half-inch increments. Moving that valley's been there forever. Like some people take out these little rubbers to make it a little bit harder, the draw wall at the end, and sometimes those rubbers just come out. 337 feet per second. Now, as soon as I see that number, I'm like, well, it's got these cams. These are a smooth cam. 337 remind me of the Evolve 30 and Evolve 33. So I'm going to put up the stats on those on the screen so you can see the difference. 6.5-inch brace heights. The Evolves, I think, have got 7-inch brace heights, so half an inch shorter, which is going to give you a little bit more feet per second. Hence the 4 feet per second extra or 5 feet per second extra. Not a lot. It's not like the old Decree as far as speed. I'm going to guess the weight's about 4.3. It's not on the little tag here how much it weighs, but look, it's the rubber grip. Look, it's, I'm going to say all the PSEs now feel the same. They've all got this same grip. They feel different to the old PSEs, but similar. So if you've shot an old PSE, this will feel similar. This cam feels similar. Okay, so my summary. Look, I think this is a fine bow. The price point is pretty good, right? PSE have got great customer service, literally the best in the business, and I don't think it's even close, right? So I don't think it's, when you go, well, how long will it take to replace if I need a limb or if I need something? PSE's the best, right? I'm not saying that because I'm a PSE dealer. I deal with all the bow companies, and it's not close. So, right? So, the draw length is probably as easy to adjust on a PSE as any other bow. The letter there, A being the longest, it's currently set on D. Each letter is half an inch. It's just simple. It'd be nice if they said D is 29. I've said that before. Like the strings, these strings are fine. You're not going to get any peak rotation with them. They're made by a computer, a machine. They're very good. So if you're thinking about buying one of these and thinking about ripping off the strings, don't. They're fine. They're good strings. Okay, so my issue, this little dampener will absorb a bit of shock, so this bow will feel great to shoot. Okay, there's no question this bow will feel great to shoot. The price point is good on this bow. So compared to the other brands like Bowtech, Elite, Matthews, whatever other bow company you're going to think of, I think these bows are a little bit cheaper than the other brands. Okay, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's the problem I have when I look at bows, I'm like, is this bow a standout? Is this bow coming to the top of the list and I'm going, this is the best bow on the market, this is the only bow I will sell? And I feel the same when I go to buy a car, because I'm like, what's the best car? What car shall I buy? And the answer is they're all very, very similar. This bow is very similar to the Evolve 30, very similar to the Evolve 33. So it's like, which one do I want? And that's the problem. That's the problem for consumers. It's the problem for shops. This is 31.5. The Evolve is 30. The Evolve 33 is 33 inches. So what we've got is a bow smack in the middle. I haven't shot this bow yet, right? I think it looks great. The pricing point's fine. It's a fine product, right? The problem is, where does it stand out in the marketplace? Because everyone produces a fine product. So how does this stand out different to the others, right? This is my take on it. So I think you make it hard for a consumer when it's similar to other products, especially in your own range. So I think with this bow, if this bow was called the Evolve 31 or 31.5, it would have no difference to this being called Decree, because it's just the same. It's just you choose a 30-inch bow, a 31-inch bow, or a 33-inch bow. It would make more sense to me, that naming convention, okay? It's like when PSE had the NXT, I'm going to say 31, 33, and 35. That was fantastic naming standard. It made it easy for people, and all you have to just do is decide the size. Changing the name kind of adds complexity, because the user's like, well, why is this bow different to the 33 or the 30, right? I think what PSE should have done is put the fast cam on this bow, right? They should have put the big cams on this bow and defined this bow as their speed bow. So I think this bow should have had the big PSE fast cams, which would have pumped the bow up to about a 345 feet per second bow, and then you've got a difference. Then you've got a speed bow, or you can choose the 33 or the 30, which are smoother bows to shoot. There's the point of difference, right? So in my opinion, this bow should have had the big cams, should have been a 345 feet per second bow, and that's the point of difference. That's what I think it could be. Now, just talking about this tunability, look, it's easy. It's as good as the other bows on the market. Better than like a Matthews and better than a Hoyt, okay? Because with Matthews and Hoyts, you need to drop the axles out and you need to buy stuff. Look, you've still got to buy these shim kits, but it's a pretty good system. The price point's good. They look great. It's just for me as a shop and as a consumer, I want a point of difference. And while this bow looks cool, the Evolve 30 looks cool, the Evolve 33 looks cool. I think PSE should have put the big cams on, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to do a review on this bow. And I'm going to say for an engineer, there's engineers at PSE, you need to make something that is different. Easier said than done. But you can go and look at your old technologies and redo them. I mean, Darton's just brought out this little thing where you can wind in and out your limb. Okay? I've probably mentioned this in other videos, but I'm going to do it again. So Darton's got a little thing for tuning, to tune your cams. You can wind up or down the limbs here. Alright? So what that's doing is tilting the cams. PSE had this, I'm going to say, 15, 20 years ago on, I think, a bow called the Mach 8 or something like that, where each one of these was separately adjusted. That technology was years ahead of itself, and back in the time people were like, oh, this is just too hard. Right now that would be in. That would be a thing, right? And what the engineers have probably done is forgotten about it because they probably weren't at PSE at the time when PSE invented that. I think PSE needs to look at like quivers to match this color camo, because that would look cool. The PSE quiver has gone off. Like when I say gone off, it is selling great. It's just amazing. I'm selling more quivers than bows, which is kind of a bit weird, right? Which means other people are buying the bows off someone else, which I'm just thinking about. And they're buying the quivers off me because I've got them in stock, right? But the PSE quivers are selling really well. So have the PSE quivers in matching camo. Make things like you had a sling before, which used to fit onto here, clip into here. That should still be available. You need to fix up your clothing, because currently there's no clothing available for PSE. Branding, I would be looking at changing this module. This module's been like this for 10 years. It needs to be beefed up. It needs to be dual track. When I say dual track, edges on either side, so it needs to be made slightly wider. Edges on both sides, and beef it up. I think what Elite have done with their new draw stop on the end here, they've put a little groove in so you can't actually pull past it. I think that should be on here, and PSE have done that before and they've taken that off. Should be back on there. I just think just new ideas need to be incorporated. Like this could be movable in and out. Just new things that people go, oh look, there's a new thing. Overall the bow's good. I've got no questions with this bow. The only problem I have is the bow that different to the bow in the past that makes you want to sell your old bow and buy the new one? That's where I'm going to leave it. So, the Decree for 2025, I think it's a fine bow. Looks fantastic, but I would have made it with the big fast cams. I would have made a 345 feet per second bow and made just a power bow and left the evolves as smooth bows as they always have been. But that's my take. Drop your message below on what you think of the new decree from PSE and what you think they should do, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Ideas, because sometimes the manufacturers watch these videos and sometimes they do listen. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.